In a single drop of water, a hidden universe thrives, a world teeming with alien-like creatures, fierce predators, and breathtaking structures, all invisible to the naked eye. This is the microscopic realm, where life operates on a completely different scale, yet its impact shapes everything from our health to the planet's climate. Despite being overlooked in our everyday lives, these tiny organisms form the backbone of nearly every ecosystem on Earth. Microscopic life has existed for billions of years, long before complex organisms walked the land. It's in the air we breathe, the soil beneath our feet, and even in our own bodies. From single-celled protists dancing under a microscope to bacteria with behaviors as complex as any animal, this world is not only alive, it's wildly dynamic. In this video, we're diving headfirst into the astonishing world of microscopic life. You'll meet creatures that hunt with harpoons, build glass-like armor, glow in the dark, and communicate in chemical languages. You'll discover how these organisms influence weather, digest food, and even drive evolution. This isn't science fiction, this is nature on its most intimate scale. Prepare to be amazed, disturbed, and deeply intrigued, because once you see the unseen world, you will never look at your surroundings the same way again. This is the fascinating world of microscopic life all around us, and it's closer than you think. A universe in a drop of water. Take a single drop of pond water and place it under a microscope, and you'll witness an entire ecosystem explode into view. This is not just moisture, it's a vibrant battlefield, a hunting ground, a nursery, and a bustling metropolis all rolled into one. Tiny creatures such as paramecium, rotifers, and amoebas float, swim, and collide in a microscopic dance that has been happening for billions of years, unnoticed by the human eye. The sheer density of life in that drop is staggering. Thousands of organisms, all with distinct shapes, movement styles, and survival strategies, exist in this invisible realm. Paramecium swim with cilia, hair-like structures that ripple like coordinated oars. Amoebas ooze through the water by shifting their jelly-like bodies, engulfing food through a process called phagocytosis. Rotifers, with their spinning corona of cilia, appear almost mechanical in their movement, yet are living animals capable of sensing and reacting to their environment. All of these organisms interact in real time, competing for food, avoiding predators, and sometimes even cooperating in subtle chemical ways. What's most astonishing is that these creatures follow biological rules that mirror the larger world. There are hunters and prey, camouflage strategies, territorial behavior, and even instances of what scientists call microscopic farming. Some protists grow their own food using photosynthesis, while others prey on those autotrophs like lions hunt zebras. It's a mirror of the macroscopic world, but condensed into a space 1,000 times smaller. This microcosm isn't limited to exotic ecosystems, it exists anywhere there is moisture. Rain puddles, bird baths, and even the surface of leaves harbor similar life. By zooming in, we discover that complexity and drama are not the exclusive domain of lions or whales, they thrive just as intensely in organisms measured in micrometers. The architects of Earth's atmosphere. Most people never realize that some of the most important organisms in regulating our climate are microscopic. Phytoplankton, the tiny photosynthetic organisms, floating in oceans and freshwater, are the lungs of our planet. These minuscule beings produce more than 50% of the world's oxygen, outpacing even the rainforests. As they drift in sunlit waters, they convert carbon dioxide into oxygen, while absorbing massive amounts of atmospheric carbon in the process. Diatoms, a type of phytoplankton, are particularly stunning under the microscope. Encased in intricate silica shells that resemble stained glass, they float by the billions in the ocean, creating blooms so large they can be seen from space. These elegant organisms are vital to the global carbon cycle. When they die, many sink to the seafloor, trapping carbon in deep ocean sediments for millennia. This process helps moderate the Earth's temperature, making these microscopic architects crucial players in the fight against climate change. But phytoplankton do more than sequester carbon. Their presence influences cloud formation. When they die or are consumed, they release dimethyl sulfide, a gas that helps seed clouds. This contributes to weather regulation by promoting cooling through cloud cover, effectively linking ocean microbes to global weather patterns. It's hard to grasp that something too small to see can shape something as massive as our climate, but this is the power of scale in biology. The sum of trillions of microscopic actions results in macro-level phenomena, proof that the tiniest life forms can drive planetary systems. Microbial wars and chemical combat. While the macroscopic world fights with teeth and claws, microscopic organisms use chemistry as their weapon of choice. Bacteria, for instance, are in constant war, not just with us, but with each other. They release toxins, disrupt cell walls, and even hijack genetic material to outcompete their rivals. Some bacteria have evolved resistance mechanisms that would put any military tactician to shame, creating biochemical arms races that continue to shape evolution. One of the most fascinating examples is the production of antibiotics. Many of the antibiotics we use in medicine were originally discovered in soil microbes, such as Streptomyces. These organisms evolved the ability to produce potent chemicals to kill off neighboring bacteria and secure more resources for themselves. It's a fight for survival, driven by resource scarcity and fierce microbial competition in the soil. This chemical warfare doesn't just kill, it can manipulate. Certain bacteria release molecules that alter the behavior of other microbes, tricking them into cooperating or disabling their defenses. These strategies have inspired a whole field of study called quorum sensing, where bacteria communicate to synchronize attacks, form protective biofilms, or switch genetic expressions en masse. Understanding these microscopic battles is not just a scientific curiosity, it's a medical necessity. The growing issue of antibiotic resistance stems directly from these ancient microbial arms races. The more we understand how these invisible conflicts unfold, the better prepared we'll be to design the next generation of life-saving drugs. The inhabitants of the human body. Inside your body, there are more microbial cells than human cells. Your skin, mouth, gut, and even lungs host a thriving metropolis of bacteria, fungi, and viruses that form what scientists call the human microbiome. Far from being mere hitchhikers, many of these microscopic residents are essential to your survival. They help you digest food, train your immune system, and even influence your mood and behavior. In the gut, for example, trillions of bacteria break down complex carbohydrates that your body alone couldn't process. They produce vitamins like B12 and K, regulate metabolism, and fend off harmful invaders. This gut-brain connection has sparked a wave of research suggesting your mental health could be linked to microbial activity, an emerging concept known as the microbiome. On your skin, microbes form a protective barrier, occupying niches that prevent harmful pathogens from taking hold. When this balance is disturbed, it can lead to conditions like acne, eczema, or infections. What's remarkable is that no two people have the same microbiome. It's as unique as a fingerprint, shaped by genetics, diet, environment, and even the way you were born. These microbes are not passive, they evolve with you, respond to changes in your body, and can even alter your immune responses. In many ways, you're not just an individual, you're a walking ecosystem, a superorganism composed of human and microbial life working in delicate balance. Predators of the invisible world. Even in the microscopic realm, predators reign. One of the most mesmerizing and terrifying is the Bioluminescent bacteriovirus, a predatory bacterium that drills into its prey and consumes it from the inside out. This microassassin is a natural enemy of harmful bacteria, and is being studied as a possible alternative to antibiotics. Then there are tardigrades, also called water bears, which are less about hunting and more about survival. Though not technically microorganisms, they live in microscopic environments and have adapted to extreme conditions by entering a state called cryptobiosis, in which their metabolism nearly stops. In this state, they can endure boiling heat, freezing cold, radiation, and even the vacuum of space. Other predators include dinoflagellates that use harpoon-like structures to stab and paralyze their prey before engulfing them. Some ciliates possess specialized mouths that function like vacuum cleaners, sucking in smaller organisms at high speeds. The feeding behaviors of these micro-predators are as diverse as anything seen in the savanna or deep ocean. These predators play a vital role in maintaining microbial balance. Without them, populations of bacteria and other protists would explode unchecked, disrupting nutrient cycles and oxygen levels. They keep ecosystems in harmony, one microscopic hunt at a time. Light in the dark, bioluminescent microorganisms in the darkest depths of the ocean, where sunlight never reaches. Some microorganisms have developed an incredible survival tool, the ability to produce light. Known as bioluminescence, this phenomenon is most famously seen in planktonic species like Noctiluca scintillans, also known as sea sparkle. When disturbed by motion, such as a swimming fish or passing boat, these microbes emit an eerie blue glow that lights up the surrounding water like a living galaxy. This light isn't just for show, it serves very real biological purposes. Some bioluminescent microorganisms use their glow to startle predators or attract mates. Others form symbiotic relationships with larger animals. For example, the Hawaiian bobtail squid houses colonies of Vibrio fischeri, a type of bioluminescent bacteria, in a special light organ. The squid uses the bacteria's glow to mask its silhouette while hunting at night, a brilliant example of microbial teamwork. The chemical process behind bioluminescence involves luciferin and luciferase, a substrate enzyme combo that emits light when oxygen is present. This reaction is energy efficient and produces almost no heat, making it an object of intense interest for sustainable lighting technologies. Scientists are now researching how to apply this microbial glow to streetlights, medical imaging, and even wearable tech. Bioluminescent microorganisms show us that even in complete darkness, life finds a way to communicate, deceive, and survive. These tiny lighthouses not only illuminate the ocean, they illuminate our understanding of life's adaptability and ingenuity. Microbial builders and engineers. When we think of architecture, we imagine towering skyscrapers or sprawling cities. But on a microscopic scale, microbes are exceptional engineers. Cyanobacteria, for instance, helped shape early Earth by producing oxygen through photosynthesis, paving the way for more complex life. But their contributions didn't stop there, they also played a key role in forming stromatolites, layered rock-like structures that still exist today as fossilized evidence of ancient microbial activity. Modern biofilms are another testament to microbial engineering. These are complex communities of microorganisms that adhere to surfaces, everything from river rocks to medical implants, held together by a sticky matrix they secrete. Within these films, microbes coordinate growth, share nutrients, and protect one another from threats, much like a city's infrastructure supports its citizens. Some bacteria can even manipulate minerals in their environment to create magnetic particles inside their bodies. These magnetotactic bacteria align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field, allowing them to navigate toward optimal conditions. It's an astonishing feat of internal engineering that has inspired scientists to explore nanotechnology applications in navigation and data storage. From ancient rock formations to futuristic applications, microbes prove they are not just survivors but innovators. They don't just live in their environments, they shape and design them in ways we're only beginning to understand. Viruses, the unseen puppeteers. Viruses are among the most mysterious entities in the microscopic world. They're not technically alive, they can't reproduce without hijacking a host cell, but their impact is undeniable. In the ocean, viruses kill about 20% of all microbial life every day, controlling population levels and releasing nutrients back into the ecosystem in a cycle known as the viral shunt. One particularly eerie aspect of viruses is their ability to reprogram life. Some marine viruses carry genes that allow them to photosynthesize. Yes, the virus itself doesn't perform photosynthesis, but it infects its host with these genes, enabling light-powered energy production. It's a biological puppet show, with the virus pulling all the strings. On land, viral DNA is everywhere, even within us. Nearly 8% of the human genome consists of ancient viral DNA, leftovers from infections that occurred in our ancestors. Some of this genetic material has been co-opted to perform useful functions, such as helping in the development of the human placenta. Despite their reputation for causing disease, viruses are also important tools in biotechnology. Scientists are using viral mechanisms to deliver gene therapies, develop vaccines, and fight bacterial infections with bacteriophages, viruses that specifically target and kill bacteria. The line between foe and ally is constantly shifting in the viral world. Extremophiles, life on the edge. Not all microscopic life thrives in comfortable, temperate conditions. Some microorganisms, called extremophiles, live in environments so hostile they would kill most known life forms. These include boiling hot springs, acidic lakes, radioactive waste, and the crushing depths of the Mariana Trench. Yet, extremophiles not only survive, they flourish. Thermophiles, for example, thrive at temperatures above 100 degrees Celsius and were first discovered in Yellowstone's geothermal pools. Acidophiles prefer pH levels so low they dissolve metal. Halophiles revel in salinity levels 10 times greater than seawater, like those found in the Dead Sea. And then there are polyextremophiles, like Deinococcus radiodurans, which can endure radiation, desiccation, and cold all at once. These organisms challenge our assumptions about where life can exist, raising tantalizing possibilities about life beyond Earth. If microbes can survive in Antarctica's subglacial lakes or hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor, might they also survive on Mars, Europa, or Enceladus? NASA certainly thinks so and actively studies extremophiles in preparation for extraterrestrial exploration. Beyond their astrobiological implications, extremophiles are also used in industrial applications. Their enzymes remain active under extreme conditions, making them useful in manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, and environmental cleanup, like breaking down oil spills in harsh climates. Microscopic life and the future of science. The study of microscopic life is entering a new golden age. With advances in electron microscopy, genetic sequencing, and artificial intelligence, we're beginning to map the microbial world in ways that were once impossible. We now know that the majority of life's genetic diversity exists not in animals or plants, but in microorganisms. Microbiomes are being studied as diagnostic tools for health. Agriculture is being revolutionized by soil microbes that enhance crop yield naturally, and synthetic biology is designing custom microbes to produce everything from biofuels to biodegradable plastics. These tiny life forms may soon help us tackle some of humanity's biggest challenges. In medicine, researchers are harnessing microbiota for personalized treatments. Fecal transplants, once considered fringe, are now used to treat gut diseases like C. difficile infections. In the lab, custom-built bacteria are being programmed to deliver targeted drugs or even detect cancer cells. It's the future of health, engineered at the microscopic level. As we look forward, one thing becomes clear: the more we understand about microscopic life, the more we realize it holds the keys to understanding ourselves, our planet, and the possibility of life elsewhere. The future isn't just big, it's microscopically small. From the paramecia in a puddle to the extremophiles thriving at the edges of existence, Microscopic Life reveals the astonishing complexity of our world at the tiniest scales. It's a reminder that life doesn't need size to be powerful or influence to be grand. These unseen organisms shape the air we breathe, the food we eat, and even the emotions we feel. Through their actions, both solitary and communal, microbes construct ecosystems, drive evolution, and rewrite what we know about biology. They are not just passengers on this planet, they are architects of life's fabric, constantly working, adapting, and interacting in ways that boggle the mind. As science pushes further into the microcosmos, we are beginning to appreciate just how much we owe to this hidden world. It challenges our ideas of dominance, individuality, and even consciousness. Every breath you take, every meal you digest, every thought you think, it all ties back, in some way, to the microscopic. So the next time you wash your hands, eat a spoonful of yogurt, or walk through a field, remember, there's an entire universe just beneath the surface, teeming with life, life that's been here long before us and will likely be here long after. And now that we've seen it, we can never unsee its wonder.